New developments surrounding the controversial Maine Senate candidate Graham Platner.
Politico is reporting today a woman who previously dated Platner alleges he sexually assaulted her nearly 5 years ago, an allegation he denies.
The woman, 41-year-old Jenny Rassico of Maine, told Politico that in late 2021, Platner came to her rural home uninvited, intoxicated, and forced her to have sex despite her repeatedly telling him to stop. She says she cut off contact afterward and later messaged him saying the encounter was not consensual. Rassico says she did not report the incident to police and initially confided only in her therapist.
Now, in a statement, Platner called the allegations, quote, troubling, serious, and false. And his campaign says political opponents are trying to push him out of the race. Now, if he were to drop out, he must do so by next Monday in order for the Democratic Party to be able to replace him on the ballot. A replacement must be chosen by July 27th, excuse me. While not saying if he will drop out, Platner released this statement on his campaign Facebook page.
Any accusation of non-consensual behavior is categorically false, regardless of the inaccuracy of the reporting, but mindful of the political reality it will inflict. We are taking the time to reflect on the best path forward for the state that I love, the people that I love, the movement I belong to, and the goal of defeating Susan Collins.
Platner easily won last month's Democratic primary. Before the Politico story was published, Platner had abruptly canceled 3 public events scheduled for yesterday and today.
Now, the uncertainty of his candidacy also sent prediction markets into motion today. On Kalshi and Pauley Market, the odds of Platner dropping out of the race surged.
For example, Pauley Market had will Graham Platner drop out before the midterms, opening the day at 5% yes. It had jumped to 56% yes as of 3 p.m.
And coming in late this afternoon, Platner is already losing the support of some of the high-profile members of Congress who endorsed him. Representative Ro Khanna, a California Democrat, says he is withdrawing his endorsement. Arizona Senator Ruben Gallego also announced he was pulling his endorsement, as did the Democratic-leaning political group End Citizens United.